everybody!
Welcome to Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
I am Bryony.
And we're going to be looking into some dreams today, but not our dreams.
No, we have a very, very special guest. It's you guys.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Step in. Sit down in the very comfy chairs. It's top budget on this podcast.
A chaise lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Lay down on the chaise lounge, have a little glass of wine and tell us your dreams.
Yeah, we've had some write-ins that we're going to go through today, and we're going to try and figure out what's going on in your heads.
In your heads.
Your collective mind. the hive mind of Comfort Zone listeners.
Yes. Hell yeah. So we've had a few people writing in. I've noticed quite a few of the emails coming through. With some quite interesting dreams for us to have a little peepers at.
Yeah. Do you want to kickstart it off? Do you want to?
Yeah, we can jump straight in.
The first one.
Let's do it. Okay, so the first dream that we're gonna be looking at is from Quilma, who has written in. I feel like I'm on like Points of View or something.
Oh no!
And
Gonna be, dear BBC,
dear
Comfort Zone upset me in these ways.
Comfort Zone talked about big tits and pissing everywhere. I'm very offended. Please remove it from the air.
We take all of those points, but we're staying around anyway.
Yeah, we choose to ignore them. Sorry. Okay, so this first one is from Quilma, and they said, I've had many weird and wonderful dreams. This is a recurring dream I had when I was in primary school, about 7 years old. So that would be, year 4, I think?
Yeah.
Or maybe even year 3. I would walk out of my house, cross the road, then walk on a short footpath that led to a busy main road. All of a sudden, the cars on the busy road turned into dinosaurs. I ran back across the footpath, which turned into a prehistoric ocean behind me. It was just the path itself, like there was a large fish tank standing where the footpath was. I ran across the road back to my house where I hid behind the bushes near my letterbox. Suddenly a T-Rex appeared and was searching for me. I always woke up when the T-Rex spotted me. Some possible context, this was around the time when you were either a space or a dinosaur kid. No guessing which one my siblings and I were. And I think we were watching Prehistoric Park when it was airing on TV. And we had the Walking with Monsters / Dinosaurs DVDs. So Quilma was a dinosaur kid having some dinosaur dreams.
See, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
I imagine like around the time of like Jurassic Park, probably a lot of kids suddenly thought, is that typical thing like we were talking about a few weeks ago, things in your childhood that you think are going to be a bigger problem in your adulthood than they turn out to be.
Dinosaurs, definitely one of them.
Dinosaurs, quicksand. Spies,
dynamite,
people having little eye holes cut out in newspapers so they can spy on you in the park.
True.
All those sorts of things.
Yeah. This really reminds me of a dream that I had when I was a kid, which I'm pretty sure I've talked about before on the podcast. It's similar in that in Quilma's dream, the cars on the road turned into dinosaurs. I had a dream where I had a giant gnome in my garden and it turned into a polar bear. Or maybe it might have been the other way around. There was a polar bear chasing me and it turned into a giant gnome. But it was kind of the opposite. Instead of turning into something that wasn't safe, it turned into something safe because the gnome couldn't chase me. But that was the first thing I thought of when I read the dream. And I had that dream when I was really young as well. I must have been about maybe like 6 or 7, about the same age.
See, when I was little, I used to listen to a cassette tape. It was a story called Bear, and it was about this girl who looks after a polar bear, and he like just stays with her, and the parents never see, and she's like sneaking around the house and stuff. So I actually thought that bears were quite good companions. I would have been that kid trying to get on with the bears at the zoo, thinking like, I'm gonna cuddle them.
That's the thing. I don't think I was ever like scared of bears or saw anything that would make me scared of bears as a kid. I don't know why there was a polar bear in particular. The only thing I can really remember is, do you remember the old, they might have been Christmas adverts for Coke with the polar bears?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? I had a little plushie of one of the bears and he had a little plastic bottle of Coke in his hand. But that's that's really the only instance of polar bears I remember as a kid. And it wasn't a scary one. So yeah, I'm not sure why. But I mean, it sounds like Quilma was very interested in dinosaurs and they ended up being a scary thing in their dreams. So,
well, I have looked up dinosaurs in my book of knowledge. And it says, when we dream of monsters or prehistoric animals, we are touching into the very basic images which have the power to frighten and amaze us. Because they are considered to be so large, we need to be aware of whether it is their size or their power which is frightening. Urges as basic as this can threaten our existence by either their size or power. So, I guess, I mean, that's pretty simple, isn't it? It's just big scary thing when you're a small little thing.
Exactly.
Equals scared.
Exactly. So I wonder if they know where they might have been walking at the time. Like, so I would walk out of my house, cross the road, and then walk on a short footpath that led to a busy main road. I wonder if they were walking towards school, maybe, or if there was somewhere where they would have been heading if they were going in that particular direction in real life. That might have made them a little bit anxious. Like if they were going to school, but suddenly everything's dinosaurs. Oh, geez, you know? So like there might have been something about that area that might have just been sort of playing on their mind or, you know, that's just maybe, or maybe you just watch too much dinosaurs on TV, you know?
It's always the way with like childhood dreams.
Yeah.
They're such a different kettle of fish sort of thing.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And the fact it was a recurring dream as well is super interesting. And you woke up every time the T-Rex spotted you, you would wake up.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
I remember there was one like specific road that led from my house that I would always have a dream when I was little that I was trying to run away down that road and something, I don't remember what was chasing me. Just something was. And it was that typical thing where you're trying to run, but you're just so slow.
Yes. Oh my God. I have that
and you're
so
just not
often in my dreams.
Anywhere.
Like the Spider-Man cartoon where you see him like going, run! And he's just sort of drifting very slowly. that is what running in dreams is always like. And it's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as a kid, I would always dream of my childhood house as well. And I often still do, really. I think just a lot of the time when you're really young, it's the only thing you really know. So it's
that tends to be your world.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems to be like the star of a lot of your dreams, which is quite interesting. I think I had a lot of dreams about the first house that I lived in. There was one which I'm trying to remember if it was actually a dream. I feel like it wasn't, but because I was so young, it felt a bit dreamlike. So I was outside the front of my house and someone had a horse. But because I was so young, this horse looked absolutely enormous. It must have been like fucking 12 foot tall. It looked so big. And I'm like, was I dreaming? Because this horse was huge. But no, I was probably just a toddler looking at a giant horse thinking, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I often had dreams in the back garden of that house, including the polar bear one. And I had a dream where there was almost like a balcony on the roof. And I was standing there and there were like balloons flying around as well. So yeah, dreaming about like the places that you remember as a kid, I think definitely. It seems to happen quite a lot, doesn't it? Like just formative years, just filling up your brain with memories.
It is very odd the way you like I have such a set memory in my mind that I thought was my earliest ever memory of being in nursery and I really wanted to use the sandpit, but this boy, Freddie, was using the sandpit and I had to go and read the Mr. Men books instead. And I was like, oh, why can't I use the sandpit sort of thing? But even though it's such a clear memory to me, it turns out that Freddie, who was a boy who I went to primary school with, didn't go to my nursery. So it can't be a memory. Either that or it was, and I've replaced him, like someone else with him.
Yeah.
Over the years as I sort of knew him in primary school or whatever. But
yeah, see, that reminds me of another thing that happened. So when I lived in this area, I was in infant school and I knew a boy there. And we were good pals. Like, I remember that I went to his house once and I tried honey for the first time. His mum had honey there and she was like, oh, do you want to taste it? I was like, yeah, all right. So I tried it and I was like, oh, that's nice. And I remember vividly, that was the first time I ever tried honey. And then our family moved and we moved to Hertfordshire. And I went to junior school here. And there was a boy in my year called, I think his name was Daniel. And I remember one time I just was insistent that he was the same guy. I was like, why don't you remember me? Like, I went to school with you in Essex. Why don't you remember me? And of course it wasn't. But as a kid, I was just like convinced that this was the same boy. And he was like, just stop talking to me. Leave me alone. I was like, but no, you're my friend. Why don't you remember me?
Aww.
So my brain just like replaced him with this Daniel boy for some reason. But in my mind, they just looked really similar. They looked like the same person. I was just like, where? I miss my friend.
Yeah. Aww.
It's weird. Weird what your brain does.
I think it is like odd having, like, I guess growing up when we grew up, when like you don't really have the way of finding people who you went to primary school with. I guess you do with secondary school and stuff, because that's when Facebook and all that started being a thing. But I remember like having to look up my friends in the phone book if I wanted to call them and all of that stuff. So there's like a boy who I remember from my primary school, and he moved away. And we were like really good friends in primary school, but I'm like, I'll probably never find them. I remember their first name, but you don't really remember like...
You don't remember surnames. Exactly. I had another friend in infant school before I moved. And I think her name was Lauren. And she lived literally right around the corner from me. And we were best friends. And I would go around her house. And I remember she had sea monkeys that we would always like watch. And she had a PlayStation and we'd play the Hercules game for PS1.
Yeah.
But then I moved away and I only know that her name was Lauren. So I don't know who she is. I don't know her surname. I don't know where she lives. She's probably like, I lived in Tilbury in Essex, which is like not the best place. So she could be in prison for all I know. No, she might be like she's probably like completely different to, how I am. We've probably got completely different interests, but your brain is still thinking like, oh, we were best mates when we were 5. I wonder what they're doing. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think I literally like the guy who moved away from my school. All I remember about him is that one time I think I was walking to town and I fell over and I scraped my knee, and my mum was trying to comfort me, and then him and his mum just happened to drive past, so they were like, oh, do you want to lift home? Aww. So I always associated that family with like my heroes. They saved me when I had a bad fall. But all I remember is that, funnily enough, his name was Alex and he had very blonde hair. And then
it was meant
I
to
ended up marrying one of those, so. But not the same one.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
Do you want to hear the next dream?
Oh, yes, let's do it.
This one features a very special person. So this is a write-in from Limewood.
Limewood. Oh my God.
And it says, I had a dream that me and Kirsty were sharing a house.
Ooh.
I was in bed, just woken up, when she came in with a small spider she found under the kitchen sink that she thought was cute and put it at the top of my forehead. I tried very carefully to pet it, but it ran up into my hair and disappeared. Kirsty then came in again with another spider and did the same thing. I tried to carefully pet it and it ran into my hair and disappeared. After Kirsty had left, I thought maybe she wants me to get up and have breakfast. The dream then replayed, but the spiders were ants this time. I somehow got pictures of the ants on my phone, close up and out of focus, and then I woke up. So there you go. This is what Dream You is getting up to in other people's minds.
Spiders in people's hair.
And then ants.
Oh no. Oh jeez. That is hilarious.
So have you been playing anything recently involving spiders or ants that could have placed this dream in Limewood's head?
I don't think so. I've been playing Play Up. I played a bit of Cult of the Lamb at one point. I don't think I've really played anything with bugs in it. What does your book say about bugs?
Oh, let me see.
Let's have a little peep.
I'll look up spiders.
At least it didn't seem like a stressful experience.
Yeah,
they were
just
taking
a slightly
pictures of them and
confusing
stuff.
one.
Yeah, just like, why is Kirsty putting bugs in my hair?
Oh.
Oh.
So there is a great deal of ambivalence in the image of the spider. On a very mundane level, it is disliked, perhaps because of its scuttling movements, but also because of its association with dirt. In a dream, it can also suggest deviousness. There you go. Limewood thinks you're a deviant.
I'm devious. Oh no.
I'll look up bugs. Maybe bugs in general.
Limewood, what did I do to hurt you? I'm sorry.
I can't find it. There isn't bugs. Maybe
insects?
Ants? Oh yeah, that's probably a better word. Bug.
A bug.
Girdle.
Oh.
That's not it. Insect. Oh no, that's incest. Not quite. Okay.
Almost there.
Insects in dreams can reflect the feeling that something is irritating or bugging us. Oh no!
Oh, dude, Limewood, you didn't have to say it like this.
It may also indicate our feeling of insignificance and powerlessness.
Oh my god.
But it does say it will depend on the particular insect in the dream as to the interpretation.
Right. So Limewood, you think I'm devious and irritating? Is that it?
Oh jeez.
Oh no. That's it. That's the end of the episode. I need to go and cry.
Oh no. How bizarre. I wonder, like, this is a strange one for us, I guess, because we sort of have to, if you're in someone else's dream, you have to think very, like, I guess, objectively about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if we were having this dream, say if I had a dream where you came into my room and put bugs on my head.
Yeah.
But I wasn't stressing about it. I was just like, just typical Bryony. Classic Bryony, putting bugs on my head. I don't know what I'd make of it. What do you think?
I guess maybe, like, it could be any number of things. Like, I guess it being around the hair. I mean, it could be something as simple as like reminder to get a haircut or something.
Yeah,
like
it could, honestly.
Like if that's something you've been meaning to do.
Yeah.
Because it keeps disappearing into the hair.
Or
and
if you saw a spider before you went to bed, maybe that might have been, or like perhaps you were watching a stream and then you went to bed, you saw a spider in the corner and then you fell asleep. It could be something as simple as that, honestly.
Yeah. I wonder why they changed into ants though.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of that dream I had on one of the first episodes of the podcast we did, where wasn't there like a bug living in my brain or something, and it had the little sign in my ear, and it had the sign "Do not disturb."
It was like the black.
Yeah. And then it had like the ooze, like about
something.
vinegar in oil.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Reminds me of that. A bug in the brain. I can't remember what we said about that dream, but yeah, there was a bug in my head.
Yeah. It's interesting how it replayed. Like, I wonder if it was just going straight back into replaying. I also wonder at what time this took place, because I think maybe Limewood was just waking up to have that thought of, oh, I should get up and have breakfast sort of thing. Like, maybe that was just your brain telling you
it might
it's
be
time
a
to
bit
get up.
like what we were talking about on Boba's episode, where you feel like you're waking up, but you're not. And it's just happening over and over and over again. So you think that I'm there saying, oh, it's breakfast time. And you get up and then it all happens again. And you get up and then it all happens again. And then you finally actually wake up and it's time to go and get some breakfast. And I'm not there putting spiders in your hair.
A lot of the time, I wonder if it is something as simple as like, maybe if your hair tickles your forehead or the corner of the pillow or something, and then your brain translates that physical feeling into like spider on your face or ant in your hair or whatever. And it just put in the context of you being the one to be doing it.
Definitely. Exactly. Like we said, it might be just that, they were watching a stream or someone else's stream and my name was mentioned, or a YouTube video or something. And I just happened to weasel my way in. And then I was there, putting spiders in your brain. Because I'm devious and irritating.
Oh, she's sneaky.
She's sneaky.
But it doesn't seem to be an irritation, because Limewood is trying to carefully pet them. I think it's like you're like a cat bringing in gifts.
I like that interpretation.
Just like, here's a spider I found under the sink.
I found a spider. Do you like it? Pet it gently. Oh dear. But yeah, I feel like that might be one of those dreams that's definitely influenced by like what you saw before you went to bed. And I think you're probably onto something, like maybe like you had some hair on your forehead or something and something tickled you, and in your brain it's like spiders.
I wonder if the repetition does mean something about, I don't know, it feels weird going off book. But would a repetition in dreams mean something like something about the routine you have in daily life? Maybe if like you are part of a routine because you stream at certain times and that you therefore become part of other people's routine or something. I wonder if it's or if it's maybe Limewood is seeking routine. Maybe if things have been a bit disturbed at the moment and you want that sort of routine so you can catch the things that you relax with more.
Yeah. That's the thing as well. I'm not sure where Limewood is based. I'm not sure if they're in the UK or elsewhere, but maybe if they are in a different place in the world, they might wake up and I'll be live, for instance. So they would be having their breakfast while I'm live or something,
That's true. Yeah, I always find that really strange. Yeah. Like, it's when I'm doing the bunny streams in the morning and you get people coming in from other parts of the world being like, oh, I love watching the bunnies like to get ready for bed. And I'm like, oh. It's just, you sort of forget that your routine fits very differently.
Yeah, with other people. For sure. Yeah, that's why I remember when I first started trying to do streams that were a little bit earlier in the day. And like a 2 p.m. stream is like, I don't know, 7 a.m. maybe for the US, depending on where they are. So like I'd have very, very tired Americans coming into my chat like, oh, you're live already. Like, yes, hello. Yeah, it's something to think about, especially when like thinking about viewer dreams, like about the time of day, especially if we're in the dreams.
Yeah,
maybe that's something. But yeah, I'm sorry for putting spiders in your hair. Hopefully next time it'll be something a bit nicer.
Or you could actually just hand them first, so you can pet them gently before they run into your hair.
I'll just hand them to you, yeah. That would be better. They won't get stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, shall I read out the next dream?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this one, it's not quite a dream. This one is from Grammy. And they say, this isn't a dream. Grammy, missed the memo. Didn't send in a dream. Thanks, Grammy. But with the
Grammy
whole
is
lucid
he's a
dreaming
bad
idea.
boy. Sorry,
He's a bad boy,
can't
Grammy.
be controlled.
Jeez. Grammy says the few times they've had some lucid dreaming experiences, they've instantly become aware of their body, such as the need to breathe and to manually move around, the same as you do when you're not dreaming. So they say, but the problem is they also feel the need to make themselves blink. So they instantly open their eyes and wake up when they're lucid dreaming. So there's a little input in terms of the lucid dreaming conversation. So they realize that they're dreaming lucidly. They go to blink and they blink themselves awake, which is a bit counterproductive. But at least you got there. At least you got there, Grammy. You did it. You did it.
I wonder, I have to ask Grammy about this. I wonder how long he can actually, like, is it an instant thing? Like you realize you're lucid dreaming, instantly open your eyes, or do you get to have a little bit of, whatever it is Grammy gets up to, probably eating ooey or petting his little bun lily or something like that. I don't know. What do you do, Grammy?
What if you just decide
Modding
not
for me.
to blink? Just have your dream eyes wide open, staring out into the void until you are ready to wake up.
It's a strange thought. Like, so I guess the implication is here that the dream world is like opposite world, where when your eyes are closed in real life, they're open in the dream.
Yeah.
So opening them in real life closes your dream eyes. It's like the upside down.
Oh my God. So you blink in your dream and then your eyes open in real life. That's so cool. It's like you're going into another dimension.
I'm still not sold on lucid dreaming. I don't think I think I like having a story told to me too much. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't want to be like awake in my dreams because that feels like too much effort.
Yeah, like
I go to sleep so I don't have to be conscious.
I had a dream the other day that felt so involved that I woke up feeling really tired because just so much had gone on in this dream. And I was just like, and it had the sort of double layer to it. Like I had this big dream, lots going on. And then I guess because I was aware of like recording the dream, I then had a whole other dream where I retold the dream to Xylus because Xylus like appeared with a notebook, sat in an armchair and was like, tell me about your dream. So I was telling him. And then by the time I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel done. Like I'm done with this dream now.
Yeah.
It just had so many like, yeah.
Aw.
And I can't remember any of it.
I was going to say, do you remember it? Aw.
No, like despite the fact that I already retold it. And then I do remember that I think I woke up a little bit late. I was doing my bunny stream and then I retold a little bit of it then, but I can't remember it at all now. It's completely gone. I've had quite a few dreams recently. Yeah, Silas. Maybe he'll have a dream that I tell him about my dream and he can tell me what it was.
Yes.
I've had quite a few like interesting dreams recently, but because I started this like painkiller / antidepressant that's meant to give you, like a lot of people say, it gives you very like vivid dreams, but it does also make you very drowsy. And what I found is it definitely is giving me big dreams, but then I'm too sleepy in the morning to remember them. So I know I've had them and I'll vaguely remember them when I wake up, but then I'm too sleepy to record them and then I forget them. So they're there, but it's just wasted potential.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I've kind of been having the same issue lately. I've been having quite vivid dreams, and I remember that I definitely had a dream about you, but I can't remember what happened.
Aww.
I just remember like tiny little snippets, and then I wake up and it's just gone, and I can't record it.
Yeah, I remember one dream I had recently that I wish I had recorded, but again I was too sleepy, and it was just about this like water park that you could go to, but it had 4 different water like not like slides, but just like little structures, and each of them had a goat in, and you just got to hang out with a goat in a different like It was a bit like, you know how you see capybara and they're just chilling out in a hot spring? It was like that, but it was a bit more adventurous and it was goats instead.
That's amazing.
I wish I had recorded it and heard more, but yeah, don't know where it came from.
You're dreaming about water again.
Oh yeah, oh gee.
Every time. But this time with goats.
Yeah, maybe that's a sign that my anxiety's calming a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. It's just full
There's
of
goats in the water now.
Yeah, they're making it better.
Insert. Oh no, don't. No. I'm not going to say it. You don't need to put goats next to bodies of water. Let's don't Google that. That's not good for your anxiety. So another dream that we had written into us. This is a very short one. It's from Revan, and it just says, "All right. So I had a dream where I was looking after the bunnies, and while Fifi was running around, I cuddled with Jerry. It was a great dream."
Aw.
There you go.
Cute.
Nice and simple. To the point.
See, there's
And
so
it just
many
sounds...
details here, Revan, that you could have included. For instance, where did this dream take place? What time of the day was it? Was anyone else there? Were the bunnies doing anything in particular? I've got so many questions. So many questions.
It sounds like the bunnies were just very much being themselves.
It does,
I do actually
it
like...
definitely does.
I've had this a little bit, I guess because of, me streaming the bunnies and talking a lot about what goes into looking after bunnies and all of this stuff. So I had Ruth was talking to me the other day, saying she had a dream that she was meant to be looking after the bunnies whilst I was on holiday. And I think it was quite a stress dream that she was trying to look after them and it wasn't going very well.
Aww.
So I wonder, in the way that I have stress dreams about trying to look after animals, I wonder if because of people, getting to know the bunnies, whether they have become the subject of many a stress dream for people.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's really interesting. I wonder if anybody's had a dream about Tabs in that case. My cat.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. People see him on my streams all the time.
He must
It's interesting
feature.
to think about. Everyone, let me know if you've ever had a dream about my cat. Thank you. I would love to know what he's been doing.
Or about, any other,
other people's pets, really, just in general.
Yeah. Other people's pets, but not necessarily ones you know in real life. Maybe an animal from another streamer or a film or TV or something. I didn't have dreams, but I used to think that Jaws the shark lived under my bed. So I don't know if that counts. I used to be scared to sleep because I thought he was under there. Child logic.
He might have been. He might still be there.
I wonder if, I don't know if I've ever looked up rabbit. I mean, obviously this is one of those things where they're very specific rabbits. So I guess in those ways, I
imagine that'll be quite a positive thing in a dream.
I just turned to a random page in the book looking up animals, but it's a page of archetypes, and one of them is kindly father ogre.
Aww. Kindly father.
Animals. Rabbit. Rabbits appearing in a dream can mean one of two things. The obvious connection with fertility could be important, or it could be the trickster aspect of the personality could be coming to the fore.
Oh. Trickster bunnies.
There you go. That's probably Fifi.
Yeah. Probably. I wonder where the dream took place. Going back to dreaming about me being, Limewood's roommate, for instance.
Yeah.
I wonder if the dream took place in somewhere that they were like, oh, this is where the bunnies live. This is Bryony's house. And obviously the brain would just build a random thing because they don't know where our house looks like. And So it's just, I don't know, it's just interesting. Or if it was just in a big void.
I like that in Limewood's dream, you got to feature. I was cut out of mine.
You were,
It was just the bunnies.
Just bunnies. That's it. Tabs was nowhere to be found in Limewood's dream. Tabs was off gallivanting somewhere else, which is why I need everyone to tell me where Tabs has been in their dreams.
Maybe I was dreaming about Tabs and we were hanging out together.
Maybe.
Whilst you were off with, putting spiders in people's hair and the bunnies were being taken care of.
Yeah. It's everywhere. You shut your eyes and we all just go on little adventures visiting each other.
Have you ever had a dream about a famous person or a streamer? Because out of curiosity, let me look it up.
I have.
Do go on.
But what are you looking at out of curiosity before I tell you my dream?
Well, I, out of curiosity the other day, went onto my own Twitter and searched for dream because I was curious to see dreams that I had previously posted about.
Okay.
And 2009 me was big on I'm going to have a dream and I'm going to tag the person.
Oh, no.
Or mention them by name. I think some of them I tagged and some of them... I definitely tagged The Rock when I had a dream about him. And a comic artist called Jamie Smart. I tagged him when I had a dream about him.
Yeah. So they were quite mild dreams then. You weren't just telling them all the sexy dreams you had about The Rock.
No.
At The Rock, I had a very sexy dream about you last night.
All right, filthy. How's it going?
Mate. I've
trying to find my Rock one. Yeah.
About members of My Chemical Romance.
Oh. Now what type of dreams are we talking here?
Some were fine. But
some PG.
Others I would not tag them in on Twitter. Oh dear. I won't elaborate.
Oh, here it is. Okay. I had a dream last night that I was trying to persuade at The Rock, tagged, to give me a lift to work so I could have extra time in bed. It did not work.
Did he reply?
He did not reply.
Wow, rude.
Rude. I also had... where's it gone? Had a dream I was at an award ceremony sat between Ewan McGregor and Chris O'Dowd. I felt the need to tweet that. Had a dream that I was being chased by someone dressed as Iggle Piggle. My hate for Iggle Piggle has increased. That is Iggle Piggle from In the Night Garden.
Yes.
I do not like him.
No, In the Night Garden is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. I don't understand why children enjoy it. Maybe because children are terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's just so scary. But no, one of the dreams I do remember about Gerard Way, so when, in 2011, when Danger Days came out, one of their albums,
yeah,
they had all of like the music videos with them dressed as like superheroes, essentially, like doing crazy stuff with laser guns and stuff. And I had a dream that I was like a part of that. And we were being chased by bad guys, and I hid in a shed while Gerard was like shooting the bad guys. And I think I might have been captured by the big scary bald man, who's the baddie in those music videos. But then My Chemical Romance saved me.
Aww.
Oh dear. Yeah. 2011. How old was I? 7. So 17? So 18. 18. Whoops.
In 2016, this is a top tier tweet.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream you had a cookie. I don't know who this is replying to because the account must have changed and it's not featured anymore. But it says, I had a dream you had a cookie dough colored dog and you called him Chip.
I'm going to go on my Facebook profile because I feel like cringe Facebook Kirsty would post things like this.
On the 2nd of June 2009, I tweeted, twice this week, William Shatner has been in my dreams, but I don't elaborate as to what the dreams were.
I don't know if I can search for statuses on my Facebook.
I don't really know. Another one that I liked was just remembered a photograph of a hamster I took in my dream last night and realized it's not real. Damn it. And another one, had a dream with a talking sausage dog in, smiley face. This is the sort of stuff that I used to tweet and just into the void.
So I've only got 2 posts on my Facebook that say I had a fun dream, and both times I did not elaborate. One time I messaged a friend and said, I had a good dream about you last night. And he said, let's not talk about that over Facebook.
Oh.
And then another time in 2009, I said, I had a funny dream last night. :3. Ooh woo. And I was like, tell you later to whoever answered. So a very, very good, interesting post. Thank you, Kirsty, from 2009.
I had another 2009 one that said, had a dream about being Hermione involving aliens, predators, a swimming competition, and dinosaurs. I woke up when Spartans came into play. Early social media.
Yeah.
What is it like?
My Facebook is just a big pool of cringe, honestly. There's nothing about my chem, though, which is good. What if I put MCR? I had a dream about My Chemical Romance where they rescued me.
I did have one which I thought was a bit of a, it made me feel like 2010 me would have an argument with me now. It said, had a dream about Jamie Smart and a lift full of polystyrene. Are you sure every dream has a meaning? Little did you know that in 12 years' time...
You'd be doing a dream podcast with definitely complete dream experts.
Yeah. I can tell you what a lift full of polystyrene means right now. Sounds like it'd be very irritating. A lift full of polystyrene.
Huh. Were you moving house? Did you have boxes full of polystyrene?
What would I have been doing? Do you know, whenabouts in 2010 would that have been? April. So I think I would have been coming up to when I would have been finishing university. So I guess I would have been about to move.
That's it. You're moving home.
In a few months' time, yeah.
Get the polystyrene, brainy. Get it out of the lift. Pack your boxes.
I wonder if that would have been around about the time of my graduation exhibition and I would have been packing up frames or something or unpacking frames and they would have had polystyrene on. Maybe it was something like about
polystyrene on the corners, maybe.
Mm.
Oh, shit. See?
Whilst I was moving up to the next stage of life.
That's it. We're figuring out 12-year-old dreams.
Yeah.
Retro dreams now.
This was meant to be the Wrighton episode where we did yours, but instead...
We're doing our own.
Gone back in time for us.
Oh, dear.
Well, thank you to everyone who wrote in. I feel like we didn't probably help at all.
No. No. But we talked about being cringe on Twitter and Facebook, and
maybe we gave you a little, I don't know, a little jumpstart into figuring out what was going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Question mark?
Exactly. Let us know. But we still have a few more dreams to look into, so we will definitely be having another write-in episode. But in the meantime, if you would like to write in as well, we have an email address, which is Bryony. Kirsty and Bryony at gmail.com. Okay,
but
good.
Be sure to mark that you're happy for it to be talked about on the podcast. Or if you're definitely not happy for it to be talked about, make sure you let us know.
Exactly.
But yeah, we can try and do this again sometime, get through a couple of yours.
We also have a dream submission form. Where can people find that, Bryony? Is it on our list of links?
Do you know what? I'll pop it in. In the list. That's a good
Pop
idea. So by the time this goes out,
our Discords as well. Yeah.
By the time this goes out, I'd definitely say it's there in the list. If you go to our Twitter,
right there, right now,
you can find it.
Yeah, go to our Twitter, Kirsty and Bryony. And it's also in our respective Discords. So if you find our Twitters, you can also find our Discords. And go hang out there and say hello. And give us some dreams to talk about. Because we like talking about them.
Yeah.
We just like talking to each other.
Yeah. Well. Thank you for giving us an excuse to do so. We're very shy.
We're very shy. We
don't talk outside of the podcast. The only time we how's your week been?
It's been lovely, thank you. Yeah.
Oh,
been
nice.
Looking forward to talking to you on the podcast.
Oh. Well, until next time, everyone. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you, Kirsty.
Thank you, Bryony.
Bye-bye for now.
We'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.